Welcome everyone, my second guest in this series of political interviews. Today, Justin Trudeau. Where are we going in the economy?
I think the economy is starting to bounce back a little bit. We have to understand fundamentally that this isn't just a regular up and down. This down has been caused by some very deep changes within the economy. And if we're going to bounce back, there are jobs that we lost during this downturn that are never coming back. So if we're going to start bringing them back, bringing back new jobs and a higher level of jobs, we have to start investing in where the world's going. To use Wayne Gretzky's analogy, a good hockey player goes where the puck is. A great hockey player goes to where the puck is going to be. So we need to look at where the world's going to be, and that means investing in clean jobs, green technology, smarter, higher value investments that are investments in post-secondary education that are going to create a more informed level of populace, of people that's going to make us better off. A strong economy does one thing. It makes everyone be able to contribute, not just with the strength of their arm, their muscles, but with their brain, their heart, their innovation, and their capacity to relate.
You know, you say that, but a lot of people who come to this country don't know where the puck is going or if the puck is going anywhere. So for them who don't have much or don't know how to talk to people who can actually help them, how can they be helped though?
Well, that's what government's role is to say, well, where is the puck going to be in 10 years? It's going to be in a place where we need to make sure that everyone has access to job trainings, everyone has access to literacy skills, everyone has access to post-secondary education, everyone has access to the tools that are going to be able to make them take advantage of the new jobs and the new opportunities that are coming. So it's about preparing now for a whole society that is going to be much more a knowledge economy.
Half my friends are like me, immigrants who came here who don't know any of what you're saying actually is true in this country, and I keep telling them all the time that there's access to things, but I don't really know that we believe that it's actually possible. But you know, Canada is a country of opportunities.
When was the last time any of your friends paid for healthcare?
Well, I haven't paid for healthcare the moment I arrived in this country, absolutely.
There you
for
go.
me, it's absolutely fantastic.
We have a system of a social safety net that all of us collectively take for granted because it's there. But it takes an awful lot to maintain it, both in terms of political organization, but also in terms of revenue coming in to offer all these services to Canadians. So there's a lot that goes down at the base level that we take for granted. It's those next opportunities that you're absolutely right. We need to make sure that people have access to and are aware of.
I think, my friends, we do not take being in Canada for granted, for sure, because as I said, it's always like the best gift I ever had, and I've written about it many times. One of the best days was standing there just being sworn a Canadian citizen, and I've gone to the ceremonies of my friends, so they understand that the support I give them with real emotion. I am very fortunate, you know, I think I've mentioned that before, and I try to share that with people. But for people who are looking for a voice in the future and they want to vote for somebody they can believe in, and obviously you're a popular figure, and you get to be out there in the front lines with the older crowd who may take you being too young, and for the younger crowd that may think that they don't really know you, why would people trust you?
Well, listen, I mean, the first challenge for me was to get the people here in Papineau to trust me. And that didn't happen overnight, didn't happen either through sitting here and giving interviews and talking about myself. It happened through getting out there, getting on the ground, connecting with people, meeting them in the community centers, the church basements, the mosques, the temples, getting out to connect people to each other, helping out local community organizations, working door to door, having lots of conversations with people, sharing my core values, sharing all the things that in terms of ideology and values that I inherited from my father, yes, but sharing with them the way I feel that the future is going to be different and require a complete different level of thinking than before. I don't have to demonstrate my worth through the things I say to anyone, old or young. I just have to do the things that I do and allow people to notice.
The future is going to be different, but how can we make the future better?
we start trusting people. We start giving them the tools. To my mind, a good politician is like a good teacher. I was a teacher for 5 years, and a good teacher isn't someone who stands up in front of the class and gives out answers. A good teacher is someone who understands the needs of the students in their class and gives them the tools to succeed. Good politician, the same way, looks at his constituents, looks at the community organizations, looks at the hardworking men and women in their riding, and helps give them the tools to create their success, gives them the confidence and the capacity to adapt to a changing world. This is what a good politician needs to do. This is what I hope to do.
I told Mark Arnault he was a very cool man, and I think to me you're like the rock star in politics. Very different things, but I vote today Liberal so that I stop other parties from having power in politics. I'm looking forward to the day that I will vote Liberal so that I can put a Liberal in power I can trust. And I think I can see you doing that. In the future, we never know, we'll see.